Hey guys, what's up? So in this one, we're going to be going over the Baal guild boss for P5X Global version 2.3. This is the Ryuji free-to-play version of the boss that I kind of promised in the Mesa video. This should be a fairly short video. I don't think like there's going to be anything too crazy in here. I'll put the slot-in overlay on screen briefly, but I don't really think there's like a ton of slot-ins unless you just want to make this more of like a premium team. Yeah, obviously if you have questions, leave them down in the comments and I'll do my best to answer whatever I can for you. Otherwise, Wonder is going to be running the Ex Machina dagger with Komakuten, Yanosik, and Dominion. We're going to be using all three of these personas. So starting off with Komakuten, we want him in the first slot for the physical boost with Ex Machina, and because of his passive, you start the battle, increase attack of the ally with the highest attack, 14%, crit rate 6% for 3 turns. And really, we're just using Komakuten kind of for that starting buff. We also will be applying Rakunda just on that first turn. This boss has the effect where he gets like the stacks for each debuff he has on. Yanosik, again, all we'll need on Yanosik is Rakunda as well. We'll use this for Rakunda and Mark, kind of the classic Yanosik 1-2. And then Dominion will bring for Cohesion. All you'll need on him is Cohesion, so don't have to train any skills for this. My Ryuji is running Meditation and Courage. My Soy is running Departure and Control. My Leon is running Trust and Prosperity. And then Wind is running Resolve and Labor. But yeah, I don't think I have a ton else on this one. Obviously, if you have a Ryuji that's stronger than mine, you'll probably get a significantly better score, kind of like I mentioned in my other Ryuji videos. But yeah, otherwise, I will see you on the other side here. All right, so we're going to start off with a Rakunda on the boss. We want to like kind of inflict debuffs, wherever we can, and this extra first turn doesn't matter a ton in like the scheme of things because this Rakunda will fall off anyway, and we're going to reapply with Yanosik later. But we do get the extra stack of like his whatever the special effect is for this, which is like an additional defense down per stack up to, I think it's 15. And we're not applying that many debuffs with this team outside of like Soy applying a bunch of defense downs and stuff. So it just helps get this up a little bit. Doesn't matter in the long run, probably not. You probably could just use like a Rebellion or a Tarukaja or something on that first turn and be just as well off, maybe better. But this is just kind of what I decided on. And then I will go ahead and use Justice Barrier on Ryuji. And do note, it is like somewhat important that Leon goes before Soy, because this guy's part of his special effect is if he doesn't have 10 stacks of this the whatever it's called, I forget what it's called, decline, I think, he uses like a really strong single target skill. And if Soy doesn't use icy defense on this first turn to put Ryuji back up to full health with the shield, he would one-shot my Ryuji. So you kind of need Leon to apply the Justice Barrier before Soy goes, so Soy can then heal Ryuji back up so that he has enough to survive that hit. After that, you should be fine. Or if your Ryuji's like tankier or like better built, you also might be fine. But mine was getting one shot, so just keep that in mind. So I will go ahead and use Icy Defense, like I said. And then, if you guessed it, Ryuji's just going to click Skill 3. And you see, we wouldn't have made it without the Icy Defense heal, so. Wind is going to go ahead and use Skill 1. Pretty easy, wind rotation. It's just going to be Skill 1, Skill 1, Skill 3 on the last turn. Now we're actually going to swap over to Dominion and use Cohesion. Now, here's another example where, because my Ryuji's so weak, the only way I was killing the boss is if I used Cohesion right here. Whereas if your Ryuji was strong enough where he was pumping 300k damage, with just normal buffing, you could probably come up with a better 3-turn rotation for the buffs than I'm using. But because my Ryuji's weak, I have to use Cohesion here to make sure that I kill on this turn. Otherwise, Ryuji gets killed by the almighty attack that he does next. So, again, you might have a free turn for a buff here if you want. But then after Cohesion, now I'll go ahead and I will also use Wondrous Highlight. And then Leon will go ahead and use Ultima Booster on Ryuji. And because Ryuji's so low health, you get a lot out of Leon, which is great. Now we can go ahead and use Soy's gun. We can just empty the clip. This Daunting Firepower is a 3-turn debuff, so it should last till the end of the fight for us. Ryuji should do enough. And then we enter the weakened phase. So now, again, we'll use Wind Skill 1 here. This should apply the defense down for this turn and next turn, which should take us to the end of the fight. Now we can swap to Yanosik, use Rakunda, and give Mark. And then you can go ahead to Leon and use Justice Barrier. And then Soy can go ahead and use Smash Hit. Now we're actually going to wait. We're not going to use any highlights because, like I said, if we use this now, we won't be able to use another one again before the end of the fight. And I want to use this Ryuji highlight kind of as late as we can here. So we'll go ahead and use the skill 3. We will let Wind get her buff in. I probably should not have healed Ryuji. Don't heal Ryuji. You want him just low. Although I think he's still under the threshold, so it probably doesn't make a difference. But just good practice. Minion will go ahead and use Cohesion on Ryuji. Leon can go ahead and use Ultima Booster. And now here's where we have to use the highlight, because after Soy goes, Ryuji will just automatically use the skill 3. So we'll go ahead and use Ryuji's highlight with the extra skill damage. Soy can use Smash Hit again, because we still have the defense down from the other skill. And yeah, that should be like 20, yeah, 21. So that's like as good as I can do with this Ryuji. Obviously, if your Ryuji is hitting harder, you're going to do more here. If your Ryuji is hitting harder, you can probably set up a better 3-turn buff rotation. But this is kind of what I was forced to do because of my Ryuji. But even then, I still got this done in 4 turns. I imagine any Ryuji equal or stronger than mine is getting this done in 4 turns. So pretty short fight, not too complicated. There may be better uses of he's got a lot of defense downs, so you're losing value on the defense down at a point. So there probably is a better use of it than like a Rakunda. Maybe you're better off putting a Toru Kaja on someone at some point or whatever and trying to go with that. But you kind of have to use Rakunda with Yanasik to get Mark. But then again, maybe you don't have to use that. So I don't know. But yeah, hopefully you found this somewhat useful at least. And if nothing else, maybe some background noise or something. I appreciate you guys watching. As always, I will see you on the next one, and have a good one.